welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, this is Josh.
Hi.
And this is David, and today we're talking about the Skywalker.
The Skywalker X8 Flying Wing.
This is the chubbiest plane we've ever reviewed. Look at it.
Yeah, it's huge.
Why is this barn door here? Why is there so much space?
Because you can fit so much things in it.
So much things.
Puppies.
Yeah, or kittens.
Squirrels.
Or batteries, if you want to fly for a long time.
Kittens, puppies, and squirrels.
It's really nice actually because it's so easy to lay stuff out. The space actually helps reduce the interference between all the components.
Oh, really?
Which is really nice. Yeah, you can just throw everywhere.
Speaking of components,
yes.
You have a lot in here.
Yes, I have the Autopilot APM 2.5, the safety of return to home. Thanks so much, Chris Anderson, for sending us the APM 2.5.
Awesome on the H-Quad, and it's equally awesome on this.
It is. It's great.
Yeah.
Also, I'm using an old. I can pull this off for you. This is an E-flite motor from a Scimitar that we flew into a tower. Or I think you did.
I did,
didn't you?
You covered it. Thanks a lot for that, too.
Yeah.
He covered it in all its beauty.
It was sitting out there for maybe 3 weeks. I got it in and I just brushed it off. It was a bit rusty, but polished it and it worked awesome. Swinging 11.7 prop, doing about 600 watts.
Nice.
That's pretty decent. It's not overpowered, but it's not underpowered either. So it's pretty spot on.
Okay.
For the FPV system, I'm running a 1.2 gigahertz, 800 milliwatt transmitter, and I kept that in the wing all the way over here.
Okay.
And then I run a 433 megahertz long range receiver for my long range system, all the way over in the other end here. So I embedded that in the wing here.
Nice. Easy UHF RX.
Yes.
From Emergent RC.
Yes, it's awesome. I had some real trouble with it though.
Okay.
It was glitching like crazy, and what I did to fix that is we got one of these RFX Tours. Yeah, it's awesome. You can see exactly what's transmitting on different frequencies in real time on this tiny little display. And I found every once in a while the huge towers we have out there, they transmit on the exact frequency I was flying on.
Oh wow. Can you switch that, or how do you?
Yes, you can actually switch the frequency it operates on. So I just lowered it a bit and it was glass smooth. Perfect. It was perfect again.
So it's not a walkie-talkie?
No.
Okay.
And if you're gonna make an investment like this, it wouldn't be bad to make an investment like that.
Yeah.
Just to protect your investment.
Yeah, it's great, and the long range system works wonders.
Now, is this original? You added this in, right?
Yes, I added, because I wanted something more on this plane than just flying it with the GoPro on it. It just feels wasteful. So I added a 360-degree pan. And what I did was I modified a helicopter tail servo, and then I took a 10-turn pot. I plugged that pot into the servo instead of the pot that's internal.
Okay.
And I geared it. So this servo actually turns 6 turns before it gets to one end. The external potentiometer senses where this wheel is at all time.
Okay.
Because it's spinning.
Right.
And because it's a 10-turn pot, it gives you high resolution. So when you move the sticks, it's super smooth and it knows exactly where it is.
Right.
So it's awesome. It makes all the difference in the world. It makes this from a normal flying wing into an awesome FPV platform.
And speaking of normal flying wing, we really haven't talked much about actual manufacturing and the goods and bads of the wing.
Yes, the fit of stuff is not
horrible.
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 How'd I do?
Not good.
No,
that's bad.
Like,
You taped it.
I had to tape it down because the wings on the end was pointing up like that much, and I'm like, that can't be right. It's supposed to go along the lines of the rest of the plane, I would guess. So I taped it down, and like stuff, you have to cut off certain points because it doesn't really fit perfect, and the screws on the winglets were too small. So when you push the winglet, the whole winglet fell off.
So what did it do? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, it broke like
Yes.
off
Uh-huh.
and it didn't
Yeah.
work great.
And the other
So-
thing we were just talking about is the hatch, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a huge hatch.
If you don't want to lose it, you better tape it down.
Yes, do tape it down. Whenever you fly, the creates negative pressure over here. So after a certain time, someone is used to losing hatches,
If it,
Uh-oh.
I think I lost the canopy.
Yep.
and these magnets are not that strong. So
Yeah.
when you fly fast, it just
What does it do?
Now you could also put a tracking device on it, so when you do lose it, you can find it. But it's much easier just to use a piece of tape.
yeah, just
Yeah, there's plenty of room for a tracking
yeah.
device,
Put a piece of tape over it. That's fine.
and you're good to go.
Is this screw the only thing holding the wing on?
Yep. So you can take this apart, just unscrew that and pull it, and there's two carbon fiber spars that
Yeah.
are pretty, they're not that long.
They don't go that
like
far?
that. Yeah, they go like that. There's another carbon fiber spar here.
Okay.
But the only thing that holds the wing together is this screw.
Oh wow. So take care of that screw.
Yeah.
Don't strip it out.
If you're gonna fly this plane fast, you're gonna crash bad. It's not made to fly fast without seriously strengthening it. It
What-
flutters like a
What did the
bird.
manual say? It said to strengthen it if you're gonna fly.
If you're gonna dive, if you're gonna fly over a certain speed, I can't remember if it's 70 kilometers an hour or 80, strengthen the wings.
But they don't really tell you how to.
No, they just say do it.
Do it.
Okay, how?
So you get out your magic wand and you tap it,
Yeah.
and you strengthen it that way because apparently there's no guidance on how to strengthen it. That's because they probably don't even know how to strengthen it properly.
I mean, if you fly fast and you get into an aerodynamic oscillation,
Yeah.
it destroys the whole airframe because it does not stop unless you pull it up really quickly. So you get into that. I have some footage here when I'm doing a dive because I needed to get down fast. You can see the winglets just turn 90 degrees against each other just from the oscillation of the whole airframe.
Wow. So it does say something about the foam though. At least the foam's resilient and bendy.
Yeah, it's pretty bendy, but it's actually a nice foam, pretty stiff.
Very cool.
But don't fly it fast.
Do not fly it fast. This is meant for FPV. It's designed for FPV. It's designed to fly slow, cruise at a reasonable pace, doing that pretty efficiently, and that's it. No crazy flying.
Or you'll crash.
Yes.
And your wife will leave you, and you'll die alone. Now there is
That's
a
it.
there's a FPV or a compartment down here for the FPV. How come you're not using that?
Because that's the most stupid thing I ever seen on a plane. It makes me mad. Because every
It's a mad,
time,
angry Swede.
why would you put that there? Why would you put the GoPro where you land on?
Yeah.
Like the first thing you land on is your GoPro. Doesn't make any sense at all. And it's aerodynamically irresponsible.
Thank you for that.
Also, when you come into land, when you come in and just try grease it in nice and slow, that thing makes the whole thing bounce and turn around every single time.
So it's like you're drifting, you know, like when they do a little peel out thing at the end.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm doing such a nice. It's like turns the.
So that's horrible. And the one thing that was also funny is the nose. You fill it in the area. It's meant for. There's a little cutout for a board camera.
Yes.
And really, an aircraft this size could carry a lot more than
Just
just
a
a
board
GoPro and a board camera.
Yeah,
So
you could put a person with a camera on it
Yeah.
on this.
our Maxi Swifts easily carried the GoPro all day long.
Yeah.
And 220-200s flew it for about what 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And how long are you getting flight times out of this with what your current setup?
About 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm running two 4Sal 3000 in there. So I'm
6,000
running-
milliamps parallel.
Yeah, it's actually on the light side. You can
Okay.
see I'm running it in the front here. I prefer to run it lighter because it does not flex as much.
Okay, so you have
The-
less weight, more
The-
rigidity.
Yes, exactly. So it's designed for FPV. So the thing we're gonna review it for is FPV.
Yes.
So I flew it FPV, and as long as the weather's calm, it's great. It flies so smooth.
And that's where it gets exceptional. I mean, all of our
Yes.
down points on here is leading to something very exceptional.
I can bring in Chad Capper, who also flew it.
Yeah.
I can move out and see what he thinks before I.
Hi, Chad Capper.
Hi, I thought I was
Hi.
coming in later. It flies nice, it's stable. I was a little nervous because when you handed me the control, you're like, do not fly it inverted, so which
Yeah.
means don't accidentally
Yeah,
flip
just
it over
just
or
fly
anything.
it as an FPV plane. Like imagine you're flying like a Piper Cub or Taylor Craft or something. You don't roll a Piper Cub or Taylor Craft. You don't fly inverted.
And none of
You
us
just-
have any idea what it will do if we do that because nobody's done it yet.
Yeah, well, we want to actually
Yeah.
use the plane in the future
Yeah.
too.
Right.
But we do know just off of a simple dive, bad things happen. So don't push it.
And I have to say, it was very much like many other FPV planes, the Twin Star, the Bixler, other than it's bigger, feels more stable. And the best part, honestly, really has nothing to do with this airframe. It's this little rig that David built. It's so smooth and eases in and out really nicely. And
Crazy
I
motion.
loved it. Yeah, and it's connected to the rudder. I don't know if he mentions that, but you just turn your rudder and you can turn and look all the way around. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't know. I think it's kind of overkill. There's a lot of battery, a lot of prop, a lot.
The price point's not too terrible. What is it? 100 and
No, but it gets compounded when you
Yes.
step up to the bigger motor, the
Yeah.
bigger ESC. And so the airframe itself is not that much more expensive, but then when you spend all the other
Exactly.
extra money, it does give you tons and tons of space. But you know, I get over 20 minutes on my Twin Star, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I don't really need
and that's
to
off
fly
of one
more than-
battery.
Can
not
you
two.
pack your
Right.
lunch in the Twin Star?
No, I can't, and that's
Okay.
definitely a downside.
But you
so-
can roll in Twin Star inverted and dive it through clouds and things like that
Right.
without
Yeah.
falling.
So between the two, personally, I would go with the Twin Star. But
Okay.
but this was great for what it is, and that's my 2 cents.
Okay, bye, Chad.
Bye.
Hope you feel better.
There's one person that hasn't given their 2 cents yet, and that
Yes.
is Josh Scott.
Let's go fly.
Let's go fly. It's your turn, brother.
Okay, I'll
No, I'll go. All right, we're ready to go?
Yes.
I have this.
Yeah, that's the receiver antenna.
That's your
and
ground station.
Yes, my ground station of Overkill.
Yes, but it's awesome and it
made.
works great.
Yep.
Make this yourself.
Yep.
So we powered this on, we've let the GPS lock in, we
Yep.
tested our systems. Always make sure you test your system. And what was the thing, the flyby?
Fly-by-wire and stabilized mode. Always on the APM, check it. So you flip it into the mode and double check before you throw it, because that's the main reason why people crash it. When you throw
Yeah.
it and you assume everything is fine. And
Make
it's
sure
not.
everything's fine. Make sure you have a good lock and link that's good. Now this brings up the fun part, launching this thing.
Yeah,
Be
it's
careful.
Awkward.
It's a beast. I don't know, there's holes in the bottom here that you can grab onto, but then you have this spinning blender of death in the back.
Yeah,
That's gonna chop off your hand,
Yeah.
and it's not great.
and it's too flimsy to wingtip launch.
Yes, but I found one solution is to grab it over here when you're alone. When you're 2 people, it's fine. You can launch it, but otherwise hold it here and throttle it up a bit and then throw it
Over your face.
into your face.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk out and I'll have you launch it and hand it over to Josh.
Perfect, brother. How much throttle do you want me to carry?
Go full throttle.
Full throttle. Alrighty. Ready, David? So much easier when a Swede tosses the plane.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. How's the picture quality, brother?
Great.
All right, no trimming. And as far as the flying experience, crazy easy to fly. It is a very docile, well-flying ship. Very big, but very easy to fly. So there's no challenges there. And as long as you keep the balance right, it's very stable. So Dave, should we give it to him?
Yes.
All right, what do you want me to flip it into return to home?
Yeah, set it to return to home. So now it's just gonna turn and fly over us.
Another great feature about the Ardu Pilot Mega. Look at that thing.
So now it's just,
All right,
it's gonna hover. So
I'm gonna give it to you.
So when you feel that you're in control, or like that you feel that you can fly it, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna flip the switch.
It's all yours, brother.
If you turn that stick here, the rudder, you'll
Yep.
see the camera turns.
There's my wing. On the tower.
What's your flying experience like? What do you think of it?
Oh, it's great.
Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah.
And it is kind of windy, but it's, how does it perform? How do you feel it's?
It's getting rocked around just a little bit, but it's not bad.
Excellent.
Wind's not too bad today.
It's pretty stable wind up there.
Yeah, like constant.
Yeah, because when you fly low and there's turbulence, the thing just bounces like crazy.
And I gotta imagine thermals would do the same thing too.
I would imagine that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Beautiful.
I have flown it quite a bit, maybe got 15 flights, 20 flights on it. So I have some cool footage
Yeah.
with it. So I actually like flying it when I'm up in the air. Launching it, I do not like. It's so big.
A little bit on the dangerous side too.
Yeah.
Maybe a
I-
dolly or something would work good for taking it off. That's the 4 wheels where it cradles down in and you can take it off that
Oh,
way.
I see.
And
Okay.
a lot of
Yeah.
people build that out of PVC and hand make those. The nice thing is the dolly stays on the ground, so you save the weight, in the air too, which is a really good perk. Yeah. But as far as the flying experience, like you said, once you get up in the air, life is good.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's a real rush to be able to look behind you.
And there's the tower, so.
Yeah,
I
you
shouldn't do
don't
that for
want to
too
look
long.
in behind you when you're running towards the tower.
So how does the sticks feel? Like, do you have good control? Does
Oh
it feel
yeah.
solid?
Yeah, the command inputs are working good, doing what they're supposed to do.
Since I've flown this quite a bit, I can say that I prefer the Twin Star or similar, even though it's smaller. You're gonna fly the X8 in similar weather and it's gonna perform pretty much the same, because when you fly in wind, it's gonna bobble and the video is not that great.
Now, the only thing I can say that Twin Star probably wouldn't do as good as the 360-degree pivot.
No, it would not carry that as well.
Yeah.
That's true. And also, it's so much easier to spread out your electronics on this and avoid any interference. So it's easier to get a good long-range system with a clean signal on it.
So the nice thing about FPV though is everyone has a different thing they want to do with FPV. Some people want to go real low to the ground, maybe put it in a fun jet. Some people want to cruise like in a Twin Star. Some people love the wings. Everyone has a different need or a different desire to do a different application with FPV. So this might be perfect for you, but not perfect for us.
Exactly. Long-range flights, I think this is a really good platform for.
Yeah.
But down low, fast stuff, no, not at all.
Go with a flying wing or a Twin Star or a fun jet, something that really streaks. I really love the Striker.
Hey.
Striker version 1.
Hey, can I hand this to somebody really quick? Because these,
Is the fogging?
yeah, it's fogging up.
Okay, I'm hitting it into return to home.
You got it?
So I still, it flies itself. It's pretty awesome. And it takes care of the speed and everything.
It really messes with your mind though, because it just immediately takes a direction, it establishes speed, and then it feeds in throttle.
Yeah.
And you know what,
It's
actually-
pretty relaxing actually. You can launch it and then flip it into return to home.
Yeah.
And you walk over and put on your goggles.
Yes.
And then you take it over.
And then you take the kids to school.
Well, this is also a really great safety feature. A lot of people with FPV are talking about the dangers of FPV, but you can program this. If you lose your radio link, it goes in return to home mode.
Yeah.
If you lose your video link, you can put it in return to home mode. So it actually has a lot more safety features than the typical old-fashioned, just standard RC flight. All right, so my turn.
There you go.
Thanks, bro.
Okay. So when you're ready, you just hit the switch.
All right, I got it.
Yep, good.
Beautiful.
And keep it out in front just to make sure.
Where am I?
Turn around 180 degrees, pointing towards us now.
Oh, excellent. There. Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think?
You know what? I love just watching the wingtip.
Yeah.
It honestly feels like you're out there. Like right now, I'm looking 90 degrees to the right. And I love that because that just reminds me of when I used to fly full scale. You know, you don't just look ahead the whole time. You're looking around.
Yeah, especially when you turn.
Exactly.
You want to see
You
the
can look
ground. You want to
ahead.
see
Yeah, you can look ahead of where you're going.
And
exactly.
If
it's
you actually
just-
keep your sticks parallel when you're in the middle of the turn,
Yeah.
you know, kind of coordinate
coordinate the
the
turn.
turns. It just reminds me of when my dad used to kick the T-craft up on his wingtip
Oh, yeah?
and then circle around, you know, a house or an object. And I love that feature because it's so immersive. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that's really the big thing about this plane is being able to carry such a nice pan system.
Yeah.
That's really the benefit, and you have an unobstructed view when you look backwards. There's no thing. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's no wing on the top or any canopy or anything.
Right now I'm looking at the tower as I'm going away from it.
Actually, I'm blocking the signal.
Are you? It's solid as a rock, brother. It's fantastic. And I can see where the FPV, you know, long range could really be an asset. Obviously, you don't want to be flying over populated areas and you want to keep it safe, but this is just incredible, so immersive. I wish it was a little bit calmer. I can see it bobbles around just a little bit more than I like.
Yeah.
But another tip too is if you're gonna fly FPV, make sure that you are flying where when you come back, that the wind's pushing you home.
Yes.
That you're not playing on the wrong side of the playground where the bullies are.
That's why one way of putting it. Yeah.
Because if you lose your battery and you're out here and you get lost in the moment and everything, and then you got to turn around, it's always better to have the wind helping you instead of hindering you.
Yes.
But if you do end up in a circumstance where you're going against the wind, push your nose down a little bit and
Yeah.
penetrate through. Don't try to pull your nose up and save altitude because it's just going to stop you dead in your tracks.
That's some good advice right there.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything else you feel about the plane now you're up in the air?
I like every airplane, and this definitely has some just a really amazing qualities about it. and I like that. So I really think it's up to the beholder. Someone may find this valuable in regards to their application they want, in which case would probably be long range, carrying unique objects, heavier cameras, more bells and whistles.
Yeah.
For me, I'm cheap. I don't like putting a lot of money in electronics. And although I see the airframe is a really great value, even though you have some fit issues, I don't see the value when you add all the electronics in. So that's my opinion on it. But as far as
But
performance
it's a
goes,
solid FPV plane.
it is a very solid FPV plane. So people are gonna have to decide for themselves. As far as me, I'll take my Maxi or I'll take a Twin Star any day, or the FT Cruiser.
Oh yeah.
So I like
Shameless
the-
plug.
Shameless plug.
I'm gonna fly this kind of a lot over the following weeks,
I'm gonna put it in
and
here.
I'll get back to you in a Q&A and say what I think about it once I get some more stick time on it as well. So, and also I'll let you fly it in chat as well, so we can see what we think about it after a certain
Is
time.
this return to home right here?
Yes, that one.
With return to home,
Yeah,
you can still move your rudder all around. That's awesome.
you can actually nudge it. They call. You can actually fly the plane while
Oh,
it's flying
beautiful.
return home.
It's flying completely autonomously. And I'm just looking around enjoying the ride, and it's really kicking around beautiful. It flies better than I do. Hey, there's the tower.
Skywalker.
Hi guys. There we go. Bye guys. I kicked it around. I'm looking at you right now. I love that. That's awesome. You know what I think we need to do?
What?
Let's just kick it and return to home
Yeah.
and close the show.
Yeah. Okay, so
just
we
so
want to
cool.
thank you guys because you were requesting to see this plane in the air, us
Yes.
reviewing it without
while
your
now.
input.
Yeah.
They've been asking
Yeah.
for a long time.
Without
Yeah.
your input, we would not have bought this.
And we do listen to you, so please keep the requests coming. We really want to follow your heart and where you want to see this hobby going, and also review products that you're passionate about.
When you say you want something, we actually spend money.
Yeah.
Yes,
give you what
we
you want.
do.
And that's because you guys go into our store buying the speed build kits, the decals, all the accessory packs, David's awesome tricopter body, and soon Chad's amazing tricopter body coming out. That's all the shameless
Just
plugs, right?
Yep.
Got them all?
I
Really
think we
complimenting
ticked
their
every
bodies.
box
That's pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Keep on watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, see you later.
How long do you think it
just
probably
leave it
comes
up
down?
there.
Oh, we'll
Just leave
see.
it.